winter going into spring. Asked my, I said, how long does it normally take for this to go away? She said 2 weeks. And I best that by at least a week and a half, because it was in 5 days, it was pretty much back to normal.
Awesome.
So X39 definitely helped out. And that was my first time with an injury and putting the patch on site that I got that kind of result. So yeah, it's amazing that happened that quickly.
Great. Thanks for sharing, Jaron. Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, what I'd like to do here is try to give as brief as possible of an overview of LifeWave, and starting this coming week, we'll be doing a presentation using a PowerPoint and going through a little bit more of a organized, tight opportunity overview. But what I'm going to do right now is go through the X39, the technology, and the company, and some of the other patches briefly. So I'm going to try to keep this as tight as possible, and then and these are recorded, by the way. So you know, I'll be sending out a link to the recording after the call, as well as the previous calls as well. Just a sec here. Okay, well, I'd like to just quickly, you know, the bottom line is I am very excited. I'm more excited today about LifeWave than I was 15 years ago when I started. And, you know, back in 15 years ago, you know, a friend of mine sent me these patches, and I was, just a sec here. I need to change the setting, sorry. Okay, sorry. Back about 15 years ago, you know, when I first saw this technology, I really didn't believe that, you know, I didn't understand. You know, I didn't believe that LifeWave patches could really have, you know, this kind of, you know, any kind of effect on the body. In fact, when a friend of mine sent me a pair of these energy patches, he put these in the mail, and this was in 2004, and I put them on my desk and basically left them on top of the desk in the sun for 2-3 weeks, and I just ended up throwing them out. I didn't even try them because my belief was just that, you know, basically anything that was going to be good for you had to be put in your mouth. So my friend, he called me up to follow up, and basically I told him I'd thrown them out, and he made me promise that I would, that he was going to send another couple pairs, and a pair for my wife this time, and he made me promise I would, you know, try the patches. One night I did, and I was burnt out, I was fatigued, and I had a project to do the next morning, and within 10 minutes, the fatigue was gone, I had lots of energy, and, you know, I got my project finished within a couple hours, went to bed, left the patches on actually, and got a beautiful sleep that night, even though they're energy patches. You know, apparently, you know, really, that's a little bit of a misnomer because it's sort of an energy balancing. And that night I had an amazing sleep, got up early, and I thought, this is crazy. You know, how is this possible that these patches are so effective? So I put the other pair of my wife's wrists, you know, sort of like I've got here. You can see the white one here on the right, tan on the left. And I didn't tell her what they were, and I just said, try these, let me know how you feel. Well, that night, you know, my wife started cleaning up. This was in the morning, and that day she started cleaning up every corner of the house, 3 floors, and she finished cleaning up everywhere in the house. which, and by 10:30 that night, I'm looking for her. I couldn't find her. And there she is in the garage. I open up the garage and I said, "What are you doing in here?" She says, "I'm cleaning up." And she said, "What time is it?" I said, "It's 10:30. And she ripped the patches off and she said, "Get these things off me. I'm going to bed." Well, I signed up the next day because I knew these things were working. Not that we didn't keep the house clean, but I've never seen anything like this before. You know, so from that point on, you know, the LifeWave products, you know, our family's been you know, basically products of the product. My children have all used the LifeWave patches, and the technology here, without a doubt, is something that has been impactful. Our families used the IceWave patches that came out the following year, and the IceWave patches. So this is in 2005. These patches, you know, basically work the same way as the energy patches. They're a two-patch system, and like the energy patches, you've got a tan or brown patch in this case, and a white patch. The tan or brown patches are negative polarity, white is positive. And the only patches actually that are a two-patch system are the energy patches and the IceWave patches. The IceWave patches are for pain, and the reason they're called IceWave is that it's sort of like ice. They reduce inflammation, and simply you place these patches on, and wherever they're placed, it's going to lower the inflammation and reduce the pain. For my wife and I, this was a lifesaver, and we simply put these patches. Like for me, I put them on my back, and I'll even do it, you know, without looking, because I can feel where the pain is, where the inflammation is, and I'll simply place the patches there, and I have immediate pain relief. So this is just a lifesaver, because I used to use, you know, both of us used to use painkillers all the time, aspirin with codeine especially, ibuprofen, and we don't need to do that anymore with IceWave. So just a, you know, incredible technology. And, you know, I still, in the beginning, I still could not understand how these work until, you know, David Schmidt came out with the glutathione patch. Actually, what was the next patch was the Silent Nights patch. And the Silent Nights patch was the first patch that really worked similar to the newest X39. And this is when it began to click, because, and I understood the explanation, because basically the patches work the same way as it's phototherapy. So, you know, when we're in the sun, our bodies, you know, the sun hits the skin, and there's a biological change in the body that, you know, the body produces the glutathione. And, vitamin D, vitamin D. Also, when the sun hits the skin, our skin produces melanin, which gives us a suntan. Well, the patches work in a very similar way. When the patches are placed on the skin, and there's a video that explains this, by the way. So you can go to YouTube, just type in LifeWave Corporate, and you can pull up a video how LifeWave patches work, or you can just search for that, and that'll explain this visually. But basically, your bodies give off infrared light, and you can't see that visually, but you could see it, you know, with nighttime, you know, military goggles, you know, where you can see people at nighttime. And the light that you can see using the nighttime goggles, the military, you know, infrared goggles, is showing the infrared light that's coming off her skin. And that light is also in the form of heat. Well, these patches, when they're placed on your skin, they're simply reflecting that light back to your skin at a different wavelength. And the patches contain nanocrystals. It's sort of like a nano antenna, reflecting back into the body your infrared light at a different wavelength, which signals the body to do something very specific, depending on the patch. So this is technology in a patch. This is wearable technology. We're not selling patches. We're really selling the technology. And this technology is patented. This was patented. The patents were applied for back in over 10. There were, I believe it was 2003 or 2004. The patents were applied for. It took almost 12 years for the approvals to go through, and the patents actually have 11 claims. So this is patented worldwide. There's no other company that has this technology. So simply wearing a patch will trigger your body to make certain changes. So in the case of the Silent Nights patch, just putting this patch on, like on the temple, or it gives you on the brochure, it gives you 5 or 6 places to place a patch. I use the Silent Nights. I'll place this on the top of my foot, and when I do that, what's happening? It's elevating melatonin in your body. Okay, so in the case of the Silent Nights, the phototherapy is basically triggering your body to elevate melatonin. And another patch that Lifeway came out with is called the glutathione patch, and this patch elevates glutathione. Here, let me just pull one out here. So on the back, you can see it says glutathione, and you simply place this patch, and I've got one right here. It's right here. This is a great spot for it, and it's actually sort of an attention getter. You start getting people asking what that is, and it gives you an opportunity to share the glutathione patch, because most people are deficient in glutathione. And when we're a child, we have lots of glutathione in our body, and that decreases as we. I'm going to mute that. That decreases as we age. And glutathione is very important. This detoxifies your body. And our bodies are always being bombarded with toxins and chemicals and heavy metals in the air, in the water, in the food, industrial chemicals, you name it. And we need to remove those. Well, if the glutathione in your body keeps reducing as we age, then we become more and more toxic as we age. We're not exercising enough, we're not drinking enough water, and our glutathione levels are dropping, so we're becoming very sluggish. And when your bodies start building up toxins in them, toxins in your body's cells, that's basically a recipe for cancer and other diseases happening, because our bodies are designed to naturally detoxify by keeping glutathione high, by drinking a lot of water and exercising. But if you don't keep the glutathione high, then you're not going to be properly detoxifying. So that is a phenomenal product. When you just use this one patch, like I've got here, within 24 hours, they did some studies, and they measured the glutathione levels in the blood before and after wearing the glutathione patch for 24 hours, and the increase was 300%. There's no supplement that you can take that will elevate the glutathione in your body 300%. And there's nothing in these patches there's no glutathione in the patches. What's in the patches are like I mentioned, this is a technology. It's using crystals and basically nanocrystals, and this is triggering your body to elevate glutathione. So glutathione is produced in your body's liver and also in your lungs. So by elevating the glutathione, it's going to help you detoxify. The other thing is they did a study that shows that they measured the urine of the people in the study before putting on a glutathione patch and after putting on a glutathione patch. And what they found is the heavy metals in the urine was elevated. So after they put the patch on, the heavy metals were much higher in the urine, which is a great sign because it shows the body is getting rid of the heavy metals and the toxins, and it's being flushed out through the urine. So that's what you want to do. And when you use the glutathione patch, which I use on a daily basis, I eat fish practically every day. Fish has, often has, toxins, heavy metals in it, but it's good for you. Well, this is the way that I help to flush out those toxins. And definitely this is something that you want to be doing. Okay, lots of exercise, lots of water, keep your glutathione levels up. The next patch LifeWave came out with is the carnosine patch. While the glutathione patch detoxifies your cells, the carnosine patch repairs cells. This is very important to having cellular repair, and this is called Y-age carnosine, where the glutathione patch is called Y-age glutathione. That's like a question. Y-age, use the glutathione patch. Y-age, use the carnosine patch. This repairs cells and actually helps to build muscle as well. And the third Y-age patch is called Y-age Eon. The Eon patch, this was always my favorite patch. And before X39 came out, this would be the patch that I would choose. If I could only have one, this would have been it, because this Y-age patch, and I wear this daily, and I wear it today at the same time as I'm wearing the X39. And I'll explain the X39 here in a moment, because that's really the most exciting technology, new technology that LifeWave has. Let me show you the back of my neck. I don't know if you can see that, but in the back of my neck, I've got the Eon patch. And what this does, this helps to lower mental stress. A lot of people have mental stress out there. This lowers mental stress. It helps to lower anxiety. And also, the most exciting thing, for a lot of people is that the Y-age patch, just one patch on the back of the neck, that will lower inflammation throughout the entire body in 15 minutes. So, and there's studies that show thermography videos and thermography pictures that show the inflammation dropping just from one patch. Nothing enters the body, but this triggers the body to lower inflammation right from your toes to your fingertips. And this also raises antioxidants in your body and helps boost your immune system. So an incredible product, and it increases strength. While the first patch that LifeWave introduced, the Energy Enhancer patch, is shown in all the studies to increase energy and stamina 20%. And this has been used in the Olympics, all professional sports, even been tested by the World Anti-Doping Agency and the USA Anti-Doping Agency. So it's fine to be used in the Olympics, which it's been used ever since 2004 in the Olympics, and also for professional sports and in schools. But that's always shown that's been shown to give a 20% increase in energy and stamina. When it's used with the Eon patch, and this is great for working out. What we've had reported to us is that people have seen an increase of up to 50% in their reps and their weight that they've been able to lift, and when they're working out in the gym, etc. So and we've seen there's amazing testimonials and some videos you can see of what's the results and people have seen. If you go to youtube.com, type in LifeWave Corporate, you'll see the LifeWave Corporate site where you can look at some videos on the Eon patch. One other thing before I share with you or a couple before I share with you the X39, which is really the star of the show, and really what's leading the charge with LifeWave. Why people are so excited about LifeWave is the X39, and that's really bringing people to LifeWave, and they're starting to discover the other patches that LifeWave has as well. One of those other patches is the Alavita patch. This patch is incredible. Simply put one Alavita patch here on your forehead when you go to bed at night, or in the back of your neck, and this patch will activate your pineal gland. In the middle of your brain, there's a little gland. It's the shape of a pine cone. That's why it's called the pineal gland. And this gland, there's many studies done on this over many years that have indicated that this gland in the middle of your brain, that's shaped like a pine cone, it releases many anti-aging substances into the body. It's also believed that is man's connection to, or man's spiritual connection to God. In any case, this is only in humans. So it's pretty interesting. And apparently, as people age, and often from drinking poor water like fluoridated water, the pineal gland is known to get calcified. So it's important to keep that keep your pineal gland activated, and basically you can do that with the Aloe Vita patch at nighttime. And the benefit of that is twofold, or manyfold actually. The first, what Aloe Vita is a skin care patch. So this actually improves your skin from the inside out. And simply put this patch here, it helps to release melatonin. There's people that take melatonin to sleep at night. Well, it's better when it's released naturally. And by doing so, melatonin is amazing for your skin. And there's many studies that show the benefits for your skin. You've heard of Sleeping Beauty. Well, that sleep does a lot for your beauty. So it's really important to improve your sleep. And there's anti-aging benefits for your skin that are scientifically proven, but also with the other anti-aging substances that have been proven in many studies around the world that are all secreted by your pineal gland. So the outward benefit of the anti-aging benefits of the Aloe Vita are the skin, but it does much more for you internally as well. The one more patch, and then I'm going to discuss the X39, like I said, which is what most people are here to learn about. The Nirvana patch. This is a patch that is phenomenal for basically mood enhancing. So the patch comes with natural pills. You take 2 of these a day, all natural, and it increases your mood in 2 to 3 weeks. Amazing product. And a non-drug method for increasing your mood, to improving your mood. Okay. Okay. So the X39 patch. This is a patch, and you can see right here X39. This patch, this diagram here. This is a diagram that shows the GHK copper peptide, and this copper peptide is really the holy grail of regeneration. And this was discovered by Laurent Picard, PhD, in 1973. And he made it his life's mission to research this copper peptide that has been researched in universities all around the world for the last 45 years. There's many studies. Definitely what I'd recommend is go to Google, type in, search for GHK-CU, GHK-CU, or you could type in GHK copper peptide. And what's fascinating about this copper peptide is that this is this peptide. It's a protein, and it's got an affinity to copper, so it attracts copper, and this is really important. Copper is incredibly beneficial. And having an adequate amount of copper in your body is very important. And this, when we're born, this copper peptide, there's an abundance of it in your body, and that's why you heal very fast. That's why you don't scar much. That's why and when you're a child, you have lots of stem cells that are active, and they'll repair injuries and that type of thing. So when you have an injury, basically your body, the copper peptide in your body goes into the bloodstream. This little peptide. It's a protein. It brings the copper peptide to the injury, and the copper in it disinfects the injury, so it kills the infection, and then the copper peptide, it activates the stem cells. So it's actually activating the growth factors in the stem cells. The stem cells become more potent, and they repair the damage. And the copper peptide can also repair the DNA and reset the DNA as well. So it really is powerful. But the challenge with the copper peptide is, as we age, the levels of copper peptide in the body drop. And by the time we're 65 years old, we only have about 40% of the amount of copper peptide we had when we were a child. The problem with that is that you're with that low amount of copper peptide, or we don't regenerate. So our skin does not regenerate, our cells don't regenerate properly. We don't have proper healing. When you have an injury, you don't have proper healing as well. Another thing is, by the time we're 60, we only have about 10% of the number of stem cells as we did when we were a child. So it's very, very important to elevate the copper peptide, and that's what this X39 does. So simply wearing one X39 patch, and this patch can be placed under the belly button or on the back of the neck. I put this on in the morning when I get up, and I take it off at night when I go to sleep. And basically the instructions are to wear it 12 hours a day. And so generally you're going to wear it, during the daytime or, at night. My wife actually, she always puts it on when she goes to sleep and then takes it off each afternoon at 2 p.m. So she wears it roughly 16 hours a day. And the reason for that is my wife had just very, critical pain in her joints, and it was really, quite crippling for her. She ended up, she couldn't even, pick up a glass of water like this. She'd have to palm it. She was dropping everything. She couldn't even turn a door handle. She couldn't take off, the lid off of a water bottle. And it got so bad last year, she couldn't even drive. I was cooking, cleaning, everything for her. I was basically taking over, and she was bedridden, and so she started wearing the X39. She started putting this on at nighttime, because that's when the pain in her joints got the worst, at night and in the morning. So she didn't want to take it off when she got up, because in the morning that's when the pain got worse. So she kept it on from 10 p.m. at night to 2 p.m. every day, and she still wears this today. And after using this patch, starting back July 14th of last year, within 25 days, she was no longer bedridden. She was no longer, her pain went down from a 10 down to a 2. She was back. She had her life back. I had my wife back, and that was 25 days wearing this patch. Not everybody's going to, see experiences like that, so fast. But this is what my wife experienced, and I just wanted to share that. That's why she was wearing this at nighttime. So some people wear the patches at night. Some, during the day, like myself. I wear the X39 in the morning. I put that on first thing morning. I put the Eon patch on in the morning, and I also wear the glutathione patch here. So it's 3 patches. One glutathione on the neck, Eon on the back of the neck, and below my belly button, the X39. And just quickly, with myself, in my 4th week of wearing the X39, my right knee, that I had cracked my kneecap right up the middle several years ago, and since that time, it's been painful to run or use an elliptical machine or a treadmill. By the 4th week wearing the X39, my knee was no longer in pain. That goes back to July, last August now, and I've been able to use an elliptical machine since then, and treadmill, and out of pain, plus many other health benefits. So it's incredible when you start to elevate your body's stem cells, the kind of repair that happens, because stem cells can repair every organ of the body, including your joints, including your skin. That's why it's so beneficial for the skin, and even for the brain. We've had some people with some amazing testimonials, with their improvements in their with their memory and other types of issues, mentally or with their brain. Okay, anyway, I don't want to get into talking about diseases or anything of that nature. But one thing I want to show here is this book. It's called GHK Copper Peptides. And this says for skin and hair beauty. by Lauren Picard, PhD. Okay, and you can see the byline here. It says resetting your genes to health today, and that's really key, because what this copper peptide does, it does a lot more than just activating stem cells. I mean, if all it did was activate stem cells, you know, this is a potentially, you know, down the road, this could be $1 trillion, you know, industry alone. But it does so much more. So there's, you know, I think it's worth looking into. Definitely, you know, Google GHK copper peptide, and you can read more about that. Look at the Wikipedia page about that, about the copper peptide. And on the Wikipedia page, it lists all the different studies that have been done. It's just incredible. It talks about all the genes that it suppresses and the genes that it activates, you know, that are also very beneficial. So it's suppressing bad genes, activating good genes. There's no other technology, there's no other company in the world that's come out with any method of elevating copper peptide in the body. So LifeWave is the only company, we're the only, we have the only technology that is patented, that's exclusive, that it's available globally, that will activate this copper peptide in your body, or elevate this copper peptide in your body. And this copper peptide is responsible for activating your stem cells and increasing the growth factors in your stem cells that makes them more potent, so they can go do their job and repair. And that's why, you know, we're seeing these kind of results, like in 4 weeks, you know, where I saw, you know, my knee, you know, just get, you know, be regenerated and no more pain after years of suffering. So other things that have happened with this copper peptide, you know, you know, people out there are also, they're often getting stem cell injections. Now, stem cell injections are sort of the hot thing these days, but stem cell injections are also very risky. You know, stem cells can repair every organ of your body, you know, improve your skin, improve your brain, and you name it. It's the future of regeneration and healing. But, you know, there's still many studies happening. It's not an approved method for, it's not you know, generally approved by the government, you know, to be and most people are, you know, getting, you know, they're getting maybe their own stem cells injected, and it can cost thousands of dollars or tens of thousands. There's actually, you can fly to Panama and for 5 days and get intravenous stem cell injections for 5 days. And this is where the rich and famous go, but it costs $27,000 for 5 days. Where with the X39, you can wear a single patch that's going to elevate this copper peptide, and in turn activate your stem cells and increase the growth factors in your stem cells. But also, what it can do, it's known to turn your stem cells in your skin into stem cells. So those people, instead of getting injections of stem cells from an outside source, it's better to elevate your own stem cells and use the skin cells, or the stem cells that come from your skin. And they can be converted into stem cells that can be used to repair any part of your body as well. So it really creates a resource, sort of an unlimited resource of stem cells. And that can only happen when you're elevating this copper peptide with the X39. Okay, so one thing that I found is my hair was totally gray on the side back July, and after using this, my hair has gotten a lot darker. I'll just turn to the side. You can see it's, you know, a little bit more, quite a bit darker, a little bit more salt and pepper. And so the results that people are seeing, we're seeing, and my wife is seeing the same thing. She's got dark hairs coming in where she used to be all gray. Her skin's improving dramatically. My eyesight, my wife's eyesight's improved. And there's so many other things happening. People are finding, a lot of people are finding with the X39 that, you know, like my wife, that the pain is going away. One of the other things that my wife had was she had a fast heart rate. So she had her heart specialist had her put on a Holter monitor for 3 days, and this was 2 or 3 weeks prior to using the X39 last July 14. And what they found was with the Holter monitor that her heart rate went as high as 179, which is really high, and was averaging about 110. So even that's high. So my wife was always fatigued and tired because of the heart rate. So after 1 week of wearing this, not only did her issues go away with the pain in the joints, but also her heart rate. Excuse me, I checked her heart rate a week after starting to wear this, and her heart rate was down to 69 to 70 resting. So it's just amazing. And since then, the doctors actually have taken her off the medication for her joints, for her, which is super exciting after using the X39. And they also had originally prescribed some blood thinners and things, and they took her off of one and reduced the other. So it's really great to start to be able to reduce our dependence on drugs, and and have natural non-drug healing, really, where nothing enters the body, just by improving our body's own systems, by elevating things naturally in the body that should be elevated, that are all decreased because of the toxic levels in our air, water, and food. That's all we're doing. We're bringing the body back into optimum health with these patches. One of the other benefits of the GHK copper peptide, one thing is that from the gene resetting, what I was reading is that it resets a lot of genes that help lower pain. Even people that are taking CBD, there's a lot of people that are using CBD oil. It's becoming more popular, and a lot of people don't get benefits from that. But one thing that this patch does, it actually activates some of the genes that will lower pain when you use CBD, and other pain receptors as well. So this really can improve everything. One of the studies they did with this copper peptide is that it improves circulation in the skin. So you'll find that a lot of people, when they use the X39, that they're going to have an improvement. Their skin is going to start to glow after maybe 3 weeks, right? No, sorry, up to 3 days. So it's pretty significant. So generally, people are getting more color in their face, and which is very noticeable. But that also is really a precursor to the improvements that people are seeing in the skin, because GHK copper peptide, when it's elevated, has been, with all the studies out there, have shown that it also is very beneficial for skin remodeling, helping to reduce wrinkles, reducing hyperpigmentation in the skin, just improving the overall look of the skin, as well as even tightening up sagging skin. So it's really amazing what can happen when you're just basically bringing your body to its peak where it should be naturally. We shouldn't be falling apart. Our body's designed to renew itself naturally, and this is definitely a way to help it do that. But what's important is for this copper peptide to be most effective, when you're elevating it with the X39, it needs some help if you are copper deficient. So if you're taking zinc supplements, you want to make sure that you're not taking too much zinc, because that can make you copper deficient. So you want to also, if you're going to take any zinc supplements, they should be balanced with copper supplements. Most people recommend about a 2.5 milligram of copper is great. Is a great, if you're going to take a supplement. But there's many foods that you can eat that are copper, that will provide copper. Nuts, like Brazil nuts, are great. various nuts, and root vegetables. Chocolate is phenomenal, cocoa, and also a lot of leafy vegetables and root vegetables. So anyway, you want to elevate copper in your diet and elevate this copper peptide, and your body's regeneration is going to go into hyperdrive, and you're going to be able to it's going to be able to renew like it's never done. Like I feel, and my wife feels, like this is just like aging in reverse, only faster. There's a number of things that are associated, by the way, like pretty well a myriad of things that are associated with copper deficiency. One of them is Alzheimer's. So Alzheimer's is associated with copper deficiency. Osteoporosis is associated with copper deficiency. Gray hair is associated with copper deficiency. Arthritis is associated with copper deficiency. Recent studies have found that rheumatoid arthritis patients that have very extreme rheumatoid arthritis are often copper deficient. Copper deficiency causes emphysema and COPD. And it also, 1 week, there's studies have found an immune impairment in just 1 week of being low on copper. And the body stores copper in this copper peptide. So what's really fascinating about this is that when you're increasing your copper intake, it's the copper, this copper peptide attracts the copper to it and stores the copper along with this peptide in your body. So when you have an injury, when you have trauma, when you have something that needs stem cells, basically it's going to utilize this copper and this copper peptide, because it's the copper stored in the copper peptide. Okay, so this technology, by the way, like I mentioned, is using the LifeWave phototherapy technology, and this was developed by David Schmidt, the founder and CEO of LifeWave. He's the inventor of the technology. And David Schmidt developed this X39 patch in collaboration, working in collaboration with the world-leading stem cell research center of the National University of Ireland in Galway. So there was 5 years of development with the X39 patch, and over 5 years, over $5 million spent in developing this patch. There's many studies that you can find if you like to research this. If you go to lifewave.com, look at product, and under product, scroll down and look at science. Under science, you'll see LifeWave's patents, you'll see research papers, clinical studies, and so everything's right there. You can see, all the summaries and research studies. There's been over 80 in the last 15 years. Basically, David Schmidt has over 100 patents. 70 of those are in the area of regeneration, and we've got if you look at the stem cell industry, like I was mentioning, I was just looking at this. Europe the EU is committed to spending $120 billion in research between now and 2027 on stem cells. Well, we've got the method to elevate your own stem cells naturally, and our technology is far more advanced and than anything out there, because there is a risk to having stem cell injections. They're still testing this. There's still a risk, and there's a lot of people getting great results, but really the long-term results are unknown, and with a lot of these type of injections that people are doing. And I read an article recently. It was in Forbes, and it was by this lady who's a researcher with stem cells, and she says, I work with stem cells every day, and this is why I am not injecting myself anytime soon. Okay, and that's from a stem cell researcher in Forbes. A lady I know, young lady, she had her own stem cells were removed from her body, from her, I don't know if it was her blood or from her fat. They removed them and they treated them and they re-injected them back. And ever since then, she's had inflammation of her brain. You know, this has been debilitating for her. And, you know, this has been, you know, serious health problems, you know, that she's experienced. Another article I read, you know, there was a lady that had her own stem cells re-injected in her body, and she became blind. So these, you know, we're still, you know, most of the stem cell injections are successful, but you know, there is that risk. So this basically is, you know, there's only one technology, you know, for activating stem cells with this copper peptide, and that's the LifeWave technology. It's the safest way to go, and definitely better than taking the chance with stem cell injections. And the beauty of this as well is you can tap into that reservoir of your body's own stem cells, you know, that are available when you elevate this peptide by tapping into the stem cells in your skin. The LifeWave's, the opportunity here is amazing. We've got, LifeWave's been product focused for the last 15 years. And the company has established shipping, worldwide shipping, and this LifeWave's technology this X39 technology only launched on January 20 in Muncie, Austria. Up until that, it was only available to LifeWave members, and you know, through promotions. But now that this technology is available worldwide, LifeWave, the opportunity is attracting network marketing, you know, leaders and entrepreneurs and health professionals from around the world, because there's no competition, and you know, this can't be copied, it can't be duplicated, it's patented. So because of that, you know, what we've got here is the finest opportunity in the world today. You can get started with LifeWave anywhere in the world. And LifeWave's, like, they ship right now to 108 countries. We've opened up many countries around the world. We've opened up just in the last year about over 25 countries. So LifeWave is on the move. It's definitely going to be a billion-dollar company plus, and you know, there's no competition. So definitely you want to you know, try, you know, get started with LifeWave. It's easy to get started. Just for $25 is the minimum cost to get involved as a starter fee, and that allows you to buy. For $25, basically you get a website and where you can refer people to, and when they buy LifeWave products like the X39, the X39 for a month's supply is the retail is $149, but as a member you can purchase for $99. And if you refer somebody to your LifeWave site, LifeWave will pay you on a weekly basis right into your bank account or onto your debit card, no matter where you are in the world. So if you simply join LifeWave for $25, referred people to your website, that $50 profit, when they purchase for $149 at retail, LifeWave will pay into your bank account or debit card the $50 profits on a weekly basis. And that's one way to get started. That's the least expensive way. But obviously, you know, people want to use LifeWave. They want to use the X39 especially and get the results for this product. You can join for $125 and buy the bronze package, and that includes the starter fee of $25 where you get your own website and you can refer people. But you also for $125, it includes a 30-day supply of the X39. Now, when you refer somebody that buys the bronze pack, LifeWave will pay you a $15 product introduction bonus on that purchase. Okay, but really, most people, you know, really, I recommend most people when they get started with LifeWave that they use the X39 for 3 to 6 months, and because you know, stem cells can take time to regenerate, and LifeWave has a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. So you got 30 days. There's no questions asked. Make sure you're satisfied with the product. But when you purchase the silver pack, you can get a 3-month supply for $299, which is at the member price, which at $149 retail, that's $450 worth of product at retail, plus it's saving you the $25 member fee, and that's only $299. So it's great for yourself, maybe for a 3-month supply, or for you and your family. The other thing is that when you refer somebody that purchases the silver package, LifeWave will pay you a $50 product introduction bonus. Excuse me. When LifeWave pays you that product introduction bonus, that again goes in your debit card or your bank account. You can also refer somebody at the gold level, and that's 5 packs of X39, and that would include 1 pack of Alavita. And so the value there at retail is close to, well, these are $150 each for the X39. So 5 of those would be $750. The Alavita is $89 retail. So that's $840 plus the $25 starter fee is $865 value, and that only costs you $499 for the gold package. Now, when you refer somebody at the with the gold package, it doesn't matter what level you start at. LifeWave will pay you a $100 product introduction bonus into your bank account or into your debit card, and that's paid again weekly. Okay. There's also another package called the Diamond Package, and the Diamond Pack is really not everybody buys that initially. Most people buy the Gold Pack, but often the next best seller is the Diamond Pack, and the reason is because it's such a great value. You can also upgrade at any time from the gold to the Diamond Pack. So if you get started at any level, you can simply upgrade, and you can enjoy the better pricing of the larger, of the higher packs. So no matter what level you get started at, you can upgrade to the Diamond, or you can purchase it right off the bat. If you are at the gold level and you purchase and you refer somebody that purchases a Diamond Pack, you would earn a $200 product introduction bonus. And the Diamond Pack is $1,595, and it gives you 19 packs of the X39, and so you've got a value there at the member price. The value is close to $2,000, and at retail it's in the area of approximately $3,000. So you've got an incredible value for only $1,595. And if you refer somebody, and if you're the gold level, you refer someone at the Diamond, you'd be earning the $200 product introduction bonus. But if you, prior to someone else buying the Diamond Pack, if you upgraded to Diamond just by paying the difference, there's never a penalty to upgrade, then you would actually earn, you can earn the $500 product introduction bonus when somebody purchases the Diamond Pack. So simply by referring 3 people at Diamond, you could actually be, that's $1,500 in product introduction bonus just by referring 3 people. And it only cost you for the Diamond Pack $1,595 to buy, and you're getting a value of almost $3,000 worth of, actually over $3,000, with that package. So it's an amazing value, and that's a great way to work your way up. Even if you don't get started at Diamond, you can work your way up, and the product value is much better than just when you join and you purchase product. When you log in and purchase product in your back office. So it's a great way to get started with higher profits, and you can make your see returns right away, and you've got plenty of product, because really what we're seeing is people are upgrading very quick. I've got people that have joined at bronze. The next thing you know, knowing they're buying bronze, and next thing they're upgrading to diamond because they're running out of products so fast. This is the hottest product I've ever seen. We've only just got started, and the results people are seeing worldwide. It doesn't matter where you are, you can get started with LifeWave. And no matter where you are, it's one simple compensation plan. The compensation plan pays you to unlimited depth. It's a 2-team plan. You're building a left and a right team. Pays you unlimited depth based on that volume up to $25,000 a week. And you can earn matching bonuses. Anyone you refer, you can qualify to earn 25% matching bonuses on their weekly cycle commissions. And you can also qualify to earn 20% matching bonuses on the people they refer on their weekly cycle commissions, and which are commissions they're earning to unlimited depth. And then anyone that they refer, you can earn 20% matching bonuses on their weekly cycle commissions. So if someone you referred personally, made let's say they made $200 this week, you could earn a $50 matching commission. If someone that you referred earned $10,000, that would be a $2,500 matching commission that week or that month. So it's amazing comp plan. It's rewarding you for supporting your people. There's also many other elements to the plan, other benefits. There's a new member bonus, a pool where for new members for your first 90 days. This is a global bonus where you can earn a percentage of all the global commissions earned around the world, and you can earn a percentage of that in your first 90 days. So definitely you want to get back to your sponsor, ask a little bit more detail about the compensation plan. It's exciting. LifeWave's been paying me every week without fail for almost 15 years into my bank account, and there's nothing better than having a company this solid with patented products that has no competition, with a compensation plan that pays you to unlimited depth globally, no matter where your business grows around the world. So definitely get back to your sponsor. Thanks for joining me, everybody, and have an awesome weekend. Bye for now. And I think what I'll do, I'll open up the lines, and if anyone has anything any questions or any testimonials. And I think Murat, hi, I'll unmute you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you.
I'm waiting for my eye appointment. My testimonial is on YouTube, but I have another one. I hurt my finger actually in a commercial restaurant dishwasher, and I have very high threshold for pain, and I was jumping up and down for 15 minutes, and I thought I was gonna started getting black and blue, and I thought I was gonna lose my fingernail. And it started blue, and I finished my work. I washed dishes in a friend's restaurant on Monday nights actually, and by the time I get home, about an hour later, an hour and a half later, it was getting black and blue right there, between the fingernail and where the finger starts, or the nail enters the finger. And next morning, black and blue was gone. The pain was gone. There was a little bit, less than a quarter inch red line. And 2 days later, it's gone. It's like unbelievable. And it's this finger right there. It should have been
amazing.
Terrible by now. And that same night, actually, I was a klutz. I actually hit my left shin, to the same dishwasher. And that healed up so fast, and there's not even going to be a scar. And on the other shin, I have a 3-4-year-old scar. This is incredible. And by the way, this recording has been so spot on, David. I need a copy of that to share this.
Great, thank you. What I'll do, I'll update this. I'll upload it, and I'll send that out by email. Are you getting my emails, Murat?
No, I just got that one single email and then the couple of emails with the list that I asked you.
Okay, I'll make sure you're on my update. Sorry about
Yeah,
that. Okay,
that's okay.
great,
All right.
awesome.
Thank you, David.
Thanks for your testimonial. That's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Thanks, Murat. Anybody else?
Hi, David. It's Josie Morgado. Can you hear me okay?
Hi, Josie. Absolutely. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks.
Good.
Thank you so much for all the information you're sharing today. It's really fascinating. This is my second call that I'm joining on.
You're welcome.
Johnny and I just joined last week under Judy's start, and Jaron was super kind enough to actually spend an hour with us on the phone, just giving us all kinds of answers to all kinds of questions. And anyways, it's great to know there's great support within this company. Wanted to find out from you though, like what was your background before joining this company? Because you sound very knowledgeable about all these scientific and medical things that you're talking about. So I just wanted to know a little bit more about you.
Well, you know, I've always been an entrepreneur, so I'm a serial entrepreneur. But I've been involved, you know, with network marketing since around well, actually, to be honest, my mother took me to an Amway meeting when I was 12 years old, and but I didn't join. Since I was 18, I got involved in my first MLM company, and that was with a product called Slick 50, which is an oil additive, you know, with Teflon in it. Over the next, you know, many years, I was, you know, basically back then it was, you know, you're dragging people to meetings, but ever since around 1990, I've been involved mainly with nutritional companies in network marketing, and until, and obviously my last company, which I made this my home, is Lifeway for almost 15 years now. But you know, when I was a kid, my family, we grew up on, you know, we were one of those weird families where we ate yogurt and our, you know, peanut butter and honey, and we didn't have sugar. And back then in the, you know, in the 60s and 70s, that was, you know, you know, there's, you know, many of our friends didn't, you know, shop at health food stores. Those were like for hippies or something. So I grew up really, you know, believing that anything that was healthy, you had to put in your mouth. And that's really why with the patches, you know, to me, this was foreign. You know, I threw them out the first time because I just didn't believe it was possible. But yeah, I just, you know, I'm kind of self-taught. I've always been interested in health.
Well, fascinating product, fascinating testimonials, and I just can't wait to learn more. Every time, I presume every time there will be a little bit of a different topic, I think.
Yes, and actually this coming week, we're going to also be adding some Zoom calls where we do Facebook Live, and also a presentation of the opportunity with the PowerPoint.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I'm going to invite my sister. I tried to get her on today, but she couldn't make it. So I really want her, I bought some of the products for her, but I really wanted her to hear this stuff firsthand. So I'll try again for next week.
Great, that'd be awesome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Josie. Thanks for sharing.
See ya.
See ya. Any other testimonials before we say goodbye? If you have anything to say, just unmute yourself. There's a little mic on the bottom left.
Hi, David. This is Chia.
Hi, Chia. Nice to see you. It was great seeing you in Los Angeles.
Yes, it was fun. Yes, thank you very much for the great Zoom meeting here. And you're going to be post this in the on your Facebook?
I'm going to send this out in an email.
Okay.
Are you getting my emails, Chia?
I will email you.
Okay.
Make sure I am in it. because I want to share with my people too.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I will do that in a
Okay,
minute.
great. Sounds good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Gia. Okay, have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Anyone else have anything to say? Any other testimonials?
Hi, David. This is Judy Stark.
Hi, Judy.
How are you?
Fantastic. Thanks. How are you?
I'm, I'm great, and I'm getting better. I've been on the X39, thanks to Jaron. He was the one that, he's my sponsor, and just a wealth of information. Even though I was involved in another company that had stem cell therapy in it in their skincare, this goes so far beyond, this X39 goes so far beyond what that skincare did, when I know it's affecting every cell in my body. The YouTube by Lauren Picard really opened my eyes. And then with, the DNA repair, this, that you and I had a conversation about that. That was a mind blowing. It was, no one does this. And, to think that our DNA is being repaired, and that as it replicates, the cells in our body, that it's putting out a healthy cell, and the damaged cells are being obliterated by our body as a foreign object. I mean, that just spells volumes. So this is the business to be in. It's for some people, it's a little hard to wrap their head around the technology, but I really encourage people to do their research online about what this copper peptide does. I've averted surgery, a cataract surgery. I don't need it anymore. My sciatica is pretty much gone. I only have, an occasional twinge. I have GERD, and that's really helped a lot with the pain. And so, I'm 70, and, I'm looking forward to a future instead of, not looking forward. The other big thing is I come from a long line of maternal relatives that all contracted Alzheimer's, and by the time they were my age, they were either dead or on lockdown. So, I can still reason, I can still communicate, and, I'm not saying I'm not forgetful at times. I've always been bad with names, but, to compare myself to where my mother was at my age, this is a miracle. I really can't say any more about that. I think that really just spells it out.
Thanks, Judy. I absolutely agree with you. I feel the same way. And I'm sure my memory's improved for sure. I've always had difficulty with names. I think if everybody had a number, I'd remember. But for some reason, names are hard with me. But it was great seeing you in Los Angeles as well, Judy. It's that LifeWave conference there was definitely one of the best, and enjoyed meeting everybody there. Hi, Dolores. Thanks for joining. Well, Dolores, it looks like you may have just joined us, but we're just finishing up the call. So just want to, I thought I'd say hello, but if you wanted to share, I would love to hear your story. I know you've got, some amazing results that you've experienced. If there's anybody else that would like to share their own story or results that they've experienced, please unmute yourself by clicking on the mic at the bottom left. Okay, well, I think it's time to say good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining. And I'll be posting this and sending out a link to my email list. If you're not on my email list, please send me a message. You send me a private message on Facebook, and that is you can just look up David Jumper. Also, I'll give you my email address. It is djumper@gmail.com. Thanks, everybody. Have an awesome weekend. Bye for now.